Hi everyone, I want to put some content out there for you guys who've been asking questions and want to know a bit more information about what's going on. We've had quite a lot of questions in, we put them on the social medias, on the Facebook, on the Instagram, and we're going to fire through some bits really. So in no particular order, we'll say who's asked the questions and what you want to know, and I'll try and answer them the best ways that I can without avoiding the questions like some people think that I sometimes do. So in no particular order, who do you think will win the BDC? I would say, so Pro 2 class, there's a number of drivers. I would say Charlie Hulme stands out as definitely one, a really on-point line driver who really impressed this year. So I think with some upgrades to the car, he should shine. Robbie Burgoyne, I would say, is now that I would think his car's working correctly, he's definitely a contender for the championship. New guys, maybe Jamie Stanton. He's got Rich Grimerod's old car. That could be good. So I'd say those three are good contenders in my eyes. Skipping to the pro class, I mean, there's loads of people. There's a lot of people. Martin Wanacott obviously springs to mind. Current champion Ollie Evans is you can never rule him out, especially with a new car. Who else would you say? I would say those two. People like Josh King could come up well. Ollie Bolton could be another one. The thing that I like about it is there's numerous people, so you're not turning up at a round and expecting someone to win. Like on any, it could be anyone's on a good day. So I'd say that covers that one. Next question, Ian Telford. Will you be doing a battle royale with the guys like Malks, Callum and other? So basically, would we let our staff drivers drive in the event? It's a funny one, this actually. We think, we talked about this a few times, that it'd be cool to see all the people who used to drive, the likes of Wando and like say Malks, put against each other and see who would actually come out on top. Whether that would be more interesting than the actual savage drivers that we've got this year, I'm not convinced. But I would definitely like to see, and definitely like to give the opportunity to some of our awesome staff to come back, get back behind the wheel and compete. So never say never on that one. Jack Gardner, will the BDC drivers be up against the DMACC drivers at Teesside? So I don't think we've really explained this one too much, but on how the format's working. It'll be, so the DMACC drivers won't go against the BDC drivers. It'll be two separate events, just like Pro 2 and Pro. So the qualifying for BDC Pro will happen. Following day, the BDC Pro battles will happen. But the good thing is the top four from the BDC Pro get the chance to compete against the Driftmasters boys. So that'll be a telling thing as to whether our lot can step it up against the big guns in Europe. So I'm really looking forward to seeing that. Adam Simmons, will you compete in Battle Royale if it goes ahead? If your car's not done, you can use mine. So you've heard it there first. Adam has offered to lend me his new awesome Z4, but we'll go into this a little bit more in a new video, but I am actually bringing my E92 back. Not necessarily to do much competing, but I will definitely do a little bit at some place. Battle Royale could be that, so you never know. I might see if I can remember what I'm doing and get out there. Chris Parnham, can I get a shout out for being joint first this far into the year? So obviously we've had no events yet, so he's in theory a level playing field. It's the highest up in the championship he's ever been. Another one from Adam Simmons, who's the worst employee at BDC? No comment. One from Dan Martin, one of the photographers at BDC. If you were a virus, what would you be? I'd be a drifting virus. You'd all get it, every single one of you, and you'd all be addicted to it. You've had no choice, you'd have to come to events, and it'd be a pretty damn good virus. So here's a good one. Adam Taylor, can we expect any announcements on who will be doing commentary? So it's something I think we did put it out there as the public. We did make it public, but maybe you might not have seen. So this year we've got Ian Waddington, voice of UK Drifting. He is back on the mic, and alongside him at most of the rounds will be Neil Dunn. The Irishman drove at Buxton this year. Very, very likeable character, very energetic, got a good knowledge of the actual sport and a little bit of the technical side as well. So that's really good, and hopefully that can come across to you guys, and you'll like to hear that. The other one is Eddie Power. So Eddie's going to do a few rounds of the pro class. Obviously Eddie runs the IDS, the Irish Drift Series, over in Ireland. So it'd be nice to get that link in and get both probably get a bit of banter, to be fair, UK versus Ireland. So really looking forward to that, and I think the feedback will be great from commentary this year. Mike Mack, when you're up here at Driftland, can you actually understand anything we say? No. Matthew Watson, who owns Buxton Track, are you bored of this lockdown yet? 100% yes, we cannot wait to get out of lockdown, just to be able to get some events going again. That's obviously what we're all missing, drifting, we all miss competing in it, running it, watching it, so roll on this lot, let's get everybody through this as safely as possible, and when the time's right, let's get some events going again. Paul Simpson, who did the amazing sound setup from Stirling Events Group last year, which rocked the BDC definitely, asking about our snack selection. Very random question, but yeah, if anyone ever wants to get any snacks for me, I'm more than willing to accept. 2 or 3 questions. So one here from Philip Milton regarding BDC merch. So that's obviously going out really well now. We're putting a lot of that out and sending it out daily. People asking about different colours of t-shirts and hats. So Phil wants a pink or purple BDC cap. So it's something we've actually been discussing. We'd like to get a variety of colours with similar designs on. It's something that we are just finalising, but we've got the capability to do. So it'll be on a pre-order basis, and we'll pretty much be able to offer a good selection of colours. So I think if you keep your eyes peeled on the new website and the social medias, and we'll hopefully have some bits for you soon as. Stephen Stiggy Evans, have you engraved the 1st and 2nd place trophy for Battle Royale yet with Evans? So Stiggy has driven for a lot, well, not so much lately, but in the Toyota Starlet he has driven for years and years and years, way before most people have drifted. His son also drifts now, and he was having a little bit of banter with me that I think he guaranteed it, that he would get a 1-2 in Battle Royale this year. So once everything's back going again and we get that going, we'll see if he can put his money where his mouth is. So another question, one from Connor Ritchie regarding the judging. Would you ever consider changing the judging criteria? Instead of having all the judges judging the same thing, and use an FD system instead, so one judge for line, one judge for speed, and one judge for angle. It's something that's been discussed. Obviously, we put a lot of effort in the back end of last year and the beginning of this year to sort out the judging to get it really good. And obviously, with a new judging team in place, we discussed it. But my feelings are that having the 3 judges judging the same things makes it fair, basically, because you've got 3 people deciding. So if one person just thinks it's excessively high, it's not just done on that person's shout. It's a split between 3 people. So currently we feel it's the best setup, but we're always looking to develop things. That's the good thing about drifting. We're not restricted to one set of rules. If we feel that it's better to change the rules to tweak the judging, then we can do it. So never say never, but we'll for this year going forward, it will be the same ideas. Interesting one here from Stuart Thorburn. Would you consider the Mad Mike approach, using sensors for speed, angle, proximity and line? We've talked about it, we've looked at it. There's possibilities to do it to improve the show, but not massively to do with judging currently. I don't know if any of you went to see the Red Bull event in Liverpool last year, but all I will say is keep your eyes peeled for something like that coming in the future. That'll be really, really good to be involved with. Matthew Bees, can Chris and I do more chase car footage this year? So Chris and Matt Bees both do the media for the BDC. They are always wanting to do as many crazy stupid things as they can do to get the best angles, the best footage possible. Some of those things we have to sort of rein them in a little bit, because for safety reasons we can't just let them do anything they want. But they're coming up with some crazy ideas that will look really good, so we're just working on ways to make that safe, make sure that our insurance companies and everybody are happy and we tick it all off. And yes, I shall let you do a little more. So a question from Mike Kirk. What's been the best aspect of the BDC since taking over, and which has been the most frustrating? Frustrating wise, it's how many boxes have to be ticked before we can go ahead with something. So whether it be finding a new venue, working with new sponsors, just multiple things like that. It involves a lot of things behind the scenes that probably people don't realise are involved in it. So just to get to get a new venue, for instance, we had a couple of southern venues lined up for 2020 for this year, and I personally put so much effort into making them come across and making sure they worked, to the point of nearly signing contracts on them. And little last things totally out of our control, like the land got sold without the people I were dealing with knowing that were going to happen, the people above their heads. And it's frustrating because the amount of hours and the cost involved with doing that. So that linked onto another question actually that someone was asking about southern venues. Not sure who that was, but it's something we're always looking for new venues. We're always we want to spread it out across the UK as much as possible. So that's a constant process that's right now is tough to do because we can't be travelling around as much, but we're always looking to do it. Positives wise, I mean, meeting amazing people, the support that the fans, the drivers, the crew, and everybody are giving me to do this is immense. It feels really good to get that support. HJoe224 from Instagram has asked, will we need waterproofs all season? I mean, you've all seen the weather for the last few weeks, how sunny it's been. So I did say at the back end of last year that I'd guaranteed sun for this year, and we would have got it for round 1. Obviously we missed that. Round 2 should be at Norfolk very soon. That's not happening, so you can guarantee that's going to be really sunny. Will it stop us putting on a good event if it's wet? No. It'll still be amazing, you'll love it. So Little Drifter 123, how has the 2019 season been for Matt as the BDC owner? Amazing. To put into short words, amazing, but it's also been stressful. I would say I've been chucked in at the deep end and had to learn fast on a lot of things. I haven't got experience in events before running BDC. I'm a mechanic who's got a garage, so it's a totally different thing. But I feel we've adapted to it well. Good team around me who's helped me be able to do it. It's been stressful, but amazing at the same time. Really good. Okay, the last question we'll go to for now is from Nathan Rutter. What is the round you're most looking forward to this year? Well, I just really want to get out there drifting. We all want to get out there drifting. All of the rounds, the DMACC one it obviously stands out. To get that level of drivers, all the Europeans, some of the best in the world, over to the UK and competing at the same time as the BDC drivers it's a treat for everybody. It's a treat for us running the event, and it's a treat for the fans who are going to come and watch it. As we are with all this that's going on in the world, I think everybody's in the same boat, that we'd just really love to see some drifting happen, and whether that be a closed door event or a fully public busy event, then we just want to see some drifting. So let's cross our fingers and hope that can all roll back soon to normal, fingers crossed. So that rolls up the questions for now. Thank you for all the ones that got sent in, and thank you for the continued support on our social medias and buying the merch and doing all the things you can to support us in these challenging times. We're behind the scenes, we're sort of reinventing everything really, because it's just we've got to stay with the times and stay dynamic, make the changes that are needed. So in the very, very close future, we shall be releasing a lot of big changes that we're making to the championship to be able to put some drifting out there so you guys can watch it and entertain. So in the meantime, jump on the website, buy some merch, support us wherever you can, and we'll speak to you all soon.